My thing is though, how do you shoot Meg though? Like, how do you shoot at Meg? Like,
bro, come on now. I've been asking that since the beginning.
And I couldn't give. That's why I couldn't give you no answer. I kept saying I don't know.
And you normally have answers like that.
There's no justification, bro. You gotta realize that.
Shooters gonna shoot.
Nah.
He tried to tell y'all.
No.
That's not what he was on?
No, sorry. That was not what you should have been on.
Yeah.
Like,
You do not. Yo,
I don't understand what she could have possibly said, what she could have possibly did.
how many times did he shoot Meg in the foot?
It don't matter that he pulled the strap out, period.
Yeah.
Like,
That's crazy.
Like,
that's what I want to know. Like, what got you to the point? Like, did she try to kill you? Like, that's the only thing that could justify you pulling the strap out.
but I'm just like, pulled the strap out.
Pulled it out, bro, and let it off.
And let it off. Like, you
times.
couldn't just pull over and like.
But then why you just stay with her afterwards? Like, you ain't get ghost right after.
He told everybody to stay still, I guess.
For the cops, like, this is your plan.
Look. Nick with the gun make the rules.
Yeah, absolutely.
If he say
let's stay put. Let's stay put.
If he say be your ass still, what you gonna do?
Well, I was just watching a video, man. It just looked. She just walking around like she wasn't even that hurt though.
Everything.
She got bionic knees. What you think that foot is?
Yeah. It trickled down. You know what I'm saying? It trickled down. I'm glad she alright though. I'm glad she alright.
Right.
But we definitely got to get the full
shoes on them
details.
things. Them hooks be alright.
We definitely got to get the full details.
All right,
on
so
that.
we are back. Once again with another episode of the 3-Man Week podcast. Once again, I am AJ El Presidente, and as always, I got the two most favorite guys above me, so which would last on the totem pole. That would be
I don't know. We might have to redo these rankings because I don't think I'm the favorite no more, or even I don't think I'm top 2. Either way it is, you already know who he is. Your boy Hill, he'll go Hill regardless, baby. Let's get it.
Yeah, you already know. You got your boy Cannon with you as always. I ain't relinquishing my spot. I'm standing by.
I think
don't
you
know what
really
Hill talking about, huh? You know, your favorite guy.
I think you are though. Can they leave you alone?
I mean, I got that type
I
of
have
personality. Got a cool personality.
well, I know for certain because of my new pastime, thanks to Hilberto over there. I am the least favorite guy amongst a certain group of people. I have found in this time of quarantine that I spend a lot of my downtime debating the All Lives Matter people on Facebook, and it has been quite entertaining.
Yeah.
I've been called a racist. I've been told to leave. I've been asked so many questions that when I give an answer to, everyone just disappears. I don't understand how they want to come down on me for saying, hey, that is inaccurate. And then they tell me why it's inaccurate. Then I tell them why it's accurate and their inaccuracies are inaccurate. And then nobody responds to me. So I don't know. Is it like, did I make you mad?
No.
Did I make you sad? Just realize that you sound like a motherfucking idiot. And speaking of sounding like a motherfucking idiot, I just want to say that this ain't in pre-production, but I gotta say it. Did y'all hear the shit Kanye West said?
We actually did just hear it, literally.
Whatever he said, I wasn't really listening. So you will have to reiterate what he said to me.
Kanye West said Harriet Tubman didn't actually free the slaves. She just had them work for other white people.
The sad thing about that is somebody gonna listen to that and be like, you know what? That's the truth. They're gonna actually think that he's spitting, that he's enlightening us with some new information.
But this is my thing. Who are you supposed to work? Who are you supposed to work? If you become free in 1780, right? And you need a job, is a slave gonna hire you? So it's like, of course, they probably had to work for white people. But it's a difference between being a slave for a white person and working and being compensated for a white person, even if it wasn't fair. I mean, I would rather not be beat damn near to death every day and starve. I think I would rather go with Harriet.
I really think that Kanye. I really think Kanye West think that slavery was an internship for Louis Vuitton. Like, the fuck you mean? They just went to work for other white people. You know what? They may have went to go work for other white people, but they got paid and they probably didn't get their ass whooped.
You know they didn't because, bro, they wouldn't. Harriet Tubman wouldn't have been the figure that we hold her to be if she just sold black people into more slavery. You feel me? It's the Underground Railroad because it's a proven fact that people that went on that journey with her eventually obtained their freedom. Did all of them? No, but a lot of them did. So it is what it is.
He probably really think it's an underground railroad, like a real
He
track.
just brainwashed. The Kardashians have brainwashed him, and they tell him that, and he be believing what they say.
I was thinking, what is his whole purpose? All right, we already know an album is coming out soon. We know an album coming soon.
Yeah.
Some new Yeezys coming out soon. Some a product is coming soon. But like, what is his real purpose? Like, what is he really genuinely trying to do?
Shit.
Like,
I just think trying to be the most popular. He's been a narcissist since we first met him. You know, we loved him then. We loved his music, but it's like he have a lot of the same traits as Trump. He never liked to be wrong. He can't admit when he was wrong. He always want to be the most popular. If you try to insinuate that anybody's close to his level, he gets disgusted, bro. And so it's like, I just think he want to win the presidency to prove that he more popular than Trump.
so why didn't he? No. You can catch us on all major podcast platforms. 3-Man Weave. Wait, Twitter Twitter underscore 3-Man Weave. Twitter 3-Man Weave underscore. You email us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. I butchered that, but you've been listening to this long. This episode 75. You should know how to reach us. At this point, you should know how to reach us. I'm sick of Kanye, bro. People know that I don't like Kanye, bro. And this is the shit that I don't like. Like, this is some bullshit, Kanye. And I don't even, y'all know I don't like to get like this on here.
Go ahead and get it. Come on, man. Why? Tell us why it's bullshit, Hill.
Because he's wasting our time.
Absolutely.
First of all, you joined the candidacy late.
Yep.
Like, let's be honest.
Yep.
If you really wanted to be president, you had opportunity to go through the proper procedures and do what you had to do that. No, you didn't. You just popped up. Oh, I want to be the president, and then you just hopped up. You're not even registered for real. Like, you're doing nothing right. All you're doing is splitting votes, and then next thing you know, we just go.
Nah, you on to something, bro. Why you stop? They definitely splitting votes.
Gonna try to keep your boy in. You already know.
Yeah.
You already know what time it is.
Yeah.
You already know it. What time
You
it
already
is.
know what time it is. It's three favorite guys. Oh, wait, we already did that.
Yeah, man.
Okay, but sorry, I didn't mean to get you guys off track.
You did.
We can go ahead and. I did,
You
but I don't
definitely-
really care.
I know. That's what you do.
I mean, that's favorite guy type stuff right there, though.
Pretty much. I see his guy signed his franchise tender.
Who? AJ.
You know it. Adriel Jeremiah Green, baby. He's
AJ
staying in
Fairday.
Cincinnati for another year.
He said
And
he
guess
want to
what?
retire as a Bengal.
I mean, you've been there this long. You don't know nothing else, bro.
Come on, man. Where my T at?
You don't know how to win. You don't know how to do anything, bro.
That's not me. I didn't say.
At least his team got a name.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a good one. Hey, but you know what? I'm glad my team currently doesn't have one, bro. It's like, listen, I'm glad you brought
Let's
that
go ahead
up.
and get into
Right.
it. Let's get into it.
So listen, as a black man in America, right? If I am serious about wanting equality and wanting to be treated right in this country, right? Then even if I did before and I was ignorant to the fact, can no longer support a team that has a name that offends a group of people. Now, even if there are some Native Americans who say that doesn't offend me, there's black people that the N-word don't offend them. But guess what? It's still offensive to me. So, you know what? Get rid of the name. I don't understand what's so hard about it, right? The Washington Bullets did it when DC said, you know what? There's a lot of violence around here. We shouldn't be called the Washington Bullets. They said, you know what? Why fight it? Wizards. Rebranded. I mean, it didn't work for them as far as wins, but they still got their fans, though.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, do the right thing. And all the rest of the stuff that Daniel Snyder's involved in, whew, I'm disgusted, bro. I'm actually embarrassed to be a friend of the franchise, but it's like I can't hold the players accountable for for what he's doing. It's like he's his own man. I'm glad that I really stopped being a season ticket holder 3 years ago because I spent in the last 10 years I spent a lot of money on watching the Redskins. Unlike most fans, you feel me? Season tickets, multiple seasons, but I'm just glad that I stopped because, bro, we not representing the people. We didn't represent Native Americans well. We don't represent the District of Columbia well. We play in Maryland. We gotta get our stuff together.
Metro
Redskins,
City
get
Moles,
your-
I'm telling you,
get
that's the
your
best
stuff
name
together.
ever.
I'm leaning towards the Red Wolves, though. Shout out to Josh Hart. He feeling the Red Wolves. I'm feeling the Red Wolves. I feel like if we get the Red Wolves, we might can keep HTTR, the POW to the Red Wolves. And we can also be the Wolf Pack. I think, we can keep some things.
NWO, baby.
Or that. Ooh, I like that. I like
is
that. NWO.
Oh yeah,
the Wolf Pack.
y'all wasn't outside for the Wolf
Oh,
Pack.
no, we was outside.
Yeah. Oh.
Shout out to Razor Ramon.
I was
yo.
kept there.
That's my guy.
He's still doing well. I seen him one time. He was doing bad, bro.
Now he old.
Yeah.
And he looks it. But most of the documentaries he's still on there. Him, Kevin Nash, they still giving their 2 cents in. And,
I was Kevin Nash growing up when we was the
I
NWO.
like Kevin Nash too, man.
I was never
Big sexy.
nothing tall.
That's a big dude,
Yeah,
man.
nothing tall. None of them tall wrestlers was my guys. I already know it.
So who's your favorite wrestler?
Stone Cold.
Rey Mysterio.
Nah,
Not Rey Mysterio.
But really, you wanna know what my favorite wrestler is? And this off topic, y'all. We apologize, but we got to have some fun every now and then. My favorite wrestler all the time was Sting, bro.
Oh yeah.
Before he even went with the blonde flat top Sting.
I like Dark Sting more
I do
than
like Dark Sting too, though.
Yeah.
But I like both. But that's why I fell in love with.
I definitely,
because
Sting was a beast.
Yeah.
Sting was a beast. You got to get the WWE out there to go to your memory lane. That's what man. Yeah, they got the app, or it's on.
Okay,
It's
so what's the biggest memory of wrestling for y'all? Something that you'll never forget.
I was there.
Bro. On Heart, bro.
Oh, you remember that?
That scarred me.
Yeah.
I had free pay-per-view with the box. I remember the
Yeah,
box.
I had the box. Channel 99 on y'all brown box, baby.
That scarred me, and my stepmom did not even believe me. Like I said, she was on the whole wrestling was fake. And I was like, no, I was like, that was not planned. And sure enough, it was no internet. Like, when it was internet, it was trash back then. Sure enough, we woke up the next morning and it was on the news. Bro was dead, man. That joint really scarred me because I seen it, and it was live and I seen it before the video was played again. And it was grainy video back then, but.
My fondest memory when y'all remember when DX invaded WCW when they was in the 7-5.
Yeah,
I was there.
he was there.
I was there. That was when, and I realized, I was going to the WCW event because it was in Norfolk. Next thing you know, we get out the whip. DX, they pulled it up right beside me in the tank, like literally. So I'm walking up with it. They ain't had no security. They might have had security, but we ain't seen
They
it.
don't need security.
But I'm walking with him. I'm DX now. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking up with him. Like, I walked up with him to the entire way till they got to the gate. Like, I ain't gonna never forget that. Even when I looked at the documentary I seen, I'm looking for me. I'm like, oh, I might be there. I'm trying to pause it. So I'm like, that looked like what I could have had on at that time. Like, that I ain't gonna never forget that, yo. That right there was real.
Baggiest shorts on, bro. And that's you.
For me, man, I will never forget to this day Mankind going through the cage onto the tacks, bro. That shit craziest thing to me. To me, he was the most bouted wrestler just because he was really down to just get fucked up.
Yeah, Mick Foley, man.
And he was doing all of this stuff. People was throwing him all types of crazy places. He didn't look like the most. Am I frozen? Can y'all hear me?
Nah, we hear you.
But yeah, like he wasn't like, for him to look so unathletic, he was really down to do anything.
Nah, he was
like,
legit, bro.
But hold on, you get to the tax. You know he got thrown off the cage before that, right?
Onto the table.
Before the tax. Yeah, he froze.
Nah, he not. He's thinking. No, he froze.
I'm good.
That boy got that
Anyway.
Wi-Fi, boy. You ain't gonna never. You gotta upgrade at some point.
I had to upgrade
AOL.
mine recently.
You got AOL. You dialing
I
up.
got AOL. Since we throwing it back.
But listen,
But yeah,
are
man,
they?
that-
Go ahead. My fault. Since you back.
No, go ahead.
But that's it. Like, I don't understand what's taking them so long with the name change on the
I
team.
don't understand either because at first I thought it was a guy, the realtor, who purchased up all the hot possible trademarks.
Mhm.
But he's reached out to the team and said, "Bro, I'm a fan. Like I did it just so a hater couldn't do it. So it's like, okay, now y'all have access to all of the hot ones what's the hold up, bro? Training camp starts
Bro.
tomorrow for rookies, so it's like, bro,
Don't
get
hold-
what are they gonna wear in training camp? Redskin jerseys? Bro, get the
No,
new name
hold-
and let Nike get to making these uniforms so we can start on time.
And you can't get a new name until you decide what's going to happen with your owner. Because the
Sell
owner
it,
has,
bro. Sell
has
it,
to.
destroy
The owner
it.
got to pick the name. The owner got to pick the name. It's his team. It's still his team. So as long as he's the owner, you can't just say, all right, I'm gonna name it this, and then you fire him. It's like we know he's under investigation. The NFL is trying to decide if they're gonna say, hey, you have broken rules, because the rules that he has broken give the NFL power to vote him out.
Yeah.
So you can't. His lasting legacy is gonna be, oh, this is the team that I renamed. You can't do that because it still kind of leaves him in some type of a good light, because now it's like, I'm the owner who changed the name.
Yeah.
Even though he's on wax saying, I will never change this name.
Yeah.
So now he can go out and sound like, yo, I've repented and I've decided, let me do this for my Indians brothers and sisters. And once again, white people, when y'all talk about us, don't do my brothers and sisters. We just call us Americans or something. I just feel like that's pandering to me.
But my thing is though,
brothers
my
and
thing is though,
sisters.
all right, when the what's his name, Jerry Richardson, the Panthers owner, when he got caught up with that racist thing or discrimination thing, whatever he got caught up with, and they made him sell the team. The new owner came and got the Panthers. Like, you didn't have to come get a new name.
Panthers ain't racist.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, like, we can change his name and we can get rid of both.
But
Like,
I do feel like what AJ's saying. If the league is going to get rid of him, I don't want him to change the name.
Okay.
I would much rather the new owner pick the name. So the new owner can have something to cement his legacy. And I hope what AJ says is true. I hope the NFL is saying, hold off on the name change now until we finish our investigation.
it is, but what investigation are they really gonna do?
Bro, it's a lot of women that they got to talk to, bro. Who
It's
got
a lot of-
accusations.
it's a
And
lot
you
of-
gotta line up the facts and line them up, and then you gotta come down with charges if it's true.
And then we talking about the NFL. Do they respect women?
No, they don't.
Nope.
Bro. But
So
I'm
what we
hoping-
waiting on?
But why can't like we're in an era of change? I'm just hoping that they can respect women.
At this point, it like some of this stuff that shouldn't still be going on, bro.
It
Like
shouldn't,
you
bro.
shouldn't, like, sexual harassment at the workplace. I'm sorry,
When you
they got to stop
own
it.
something like that, a
Listen,
billionaire
man.
industry that's closed off, it's a private company here, you can still do stuff like that. Because who you gonna run and tell?
Why?
If I'm your way of living, right, and I pay you $80K a year, and you've been able to buy a house and send your kids to a nice school or whatever, and I'm saying, you gonna mess that up?
You just told me I'm the head honcho of this company, right? You just told me said you're the head honcho of the company.
Joe.
I ain't got to harass you.
I know that. I
Like,
know that.
it's people that
I don't
want me.
understand why Epstein's of the world still do that when they could. I said that to y'all in text message, bro. Epstein could have had any whore he wanted.
Yeah,
I can tell you why.
go ahead,
I
please.
can tell you why. I can tell you why, because these motherfuckers is nasty, and they like the thrill. You know, like when you was in high
That's
school,
not a thrill.
and you was like, no. Let me tell you, because they, like I said, they're nasty, and it's a thrill for them. Like for us, when we was in high school, the thrill for us was fucking in the baseball dugout and hoping we didn't get caught. For them,
You see what I'm
is
saying?
fucking in.
He talking about he lived in the suburbs. I'm not going for that, bro. His stories. Remember when I said street tales, bro?
Yeah, you know, life and times.
Listen. So for us, that was a thrill, like not getting caught, because we weren't supposed to be. We couldn't go in a mama house, So we had to go elsewhere. So it was either in the car or in the parking lot of the mall. It was in the dugouts of the baseball fields at the high school. These are not personal stories. I'm just,
I
spitballing.
didn't like that though. It's just what I
But
had
that,
to do.
exactly. But it was also kind of like we shouldn't be doing this, but it's kind of it adds to it because we shouldn't be doing this. For them, ain't nothing that they can't do. The only thing that they can't do is something that's illegal. So what they gonna do? Put it in the little girls' butts. Like these I started watching the Jeffrey Epstein doc. He was literally on his R. Kelly. Like he was picking girls like from the high school and like he had a whole pyramid scheme.
He got a lot of them from Mar-a-Lago.
You got a pyramid scheme of it.
Donald Trump gave him several underage
ladies,
young ladies.
But I don't understand. I said I don't understand. I don't understand that. But that's different from what I'm saying though. What I'm saying is, at the workplace, like, bruh, you should be able to come to work and work.
You should.
Like, come on now. At this point, like, I get it. Like, say, oh yeah, she wore a short skirt
but
today.
I can hold stuff over your head.
But
you feel me? I got a promotion. I got a new job coming up. You top on that job.
I get it, and it's sad, bro. Like, come on, man.
You can't look at it from a lens of a man who respects women.
That's what you keep doing.
You have to.
You keep doing that.
You have to look at it through the lens as a nasty ass creep.
You married. You got married. So it's like you thinking like yourself.
Before, like, even at work when I had jobs, it took me a while to even try to like mingle with my coworkers. I'm like, I used to see people like she cute, let's go. I'm like, if everybody's shooting at her, then let me leave her alone. Like, she still got to work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't make sense to me.
But here's the thing: the universe is also on perfect balance. So if there's a guy like Hill, then there has to be a complete disrespectful clown guy out there. You feel me? Because the universe is in perfect balance, and that's just the way it is.
So Hill, I'm gonna put it like this. So when you go to work, you like a bear, but you like a black bear. Like a black bear, you like, you know what? I'm cool. I can, eat these berries off these trees and all that stuff. I'm gonna just leave motherfuckers alone. These niggas is like grizzlies. They go to work and they smell fish. They be like, ooh, some salmon, some trout. They be in there fiending. They can't take their eyes off of it because they just be like, look, I need a piece. I want to taste that. Like, I need it. They fiend it. But you be like, you know what? I'm just, like.
Those type of dudes. But those type of dudes do exist, man.
Yeah. Oh, I work with them.
And we be like, I hate it. Like, I be sitting like, damn, you ain't never had no, like, pussy in your life? You ain't, like,
none.
It ain't never just fell in your lap? Like, you don't just feel like you could just, like, get it on your, like, just own by just saying, you know what? Let me wait. You really gotta capitalize on every opportunity at work. Like, at work.
That work, bro.
Like,
it's crazy.
But then, one of the biggest reasons why people get fired in the government?
Sexual harassment.
Is for watching porn.
Watching porn.
And when I learned that you have, like, sorry guys, when I learned that you are on the government time and you can't just not watch porn for 8 hours.
Can't do it.
You happen to watch it at work. Like, what be going on in these people's minds?
They can't help
it. Can't figure it out.
You said they nasty. They nasty.
This moonshine got me hot.
I see.
So, Hill.
What?
Oh.
Your boy, man.
Ooh.
I'm trying to transition. I'm trying to turn wheels, man.
Okay.
Your boy.
Uh-huh.
What AJ got to say about him first?
AJ's internet is blowing me, but go ahead.
All right. I'll go first,
Look.
right? So Dak Prescott signed his franchise tender this week, correct?
He signed it weeks ago, but
weeks ago. Well, he signed it. Listen, man, it is a tough situation. And the only reason I feel like I can speak on this is because I'm not the only person. If you are a Washington football fan, you have lived through this same scenario. And what we are dealing with is an organization that want to try to lowball, and you're also dealing with a person who knows their worth, right? And so I applaud Dak for want to take the franchise tag route, because if Dak continues to take the franchise tag route, he'll make more money than what they tried to offer him in that low ball deal. And for Cowboys, if I was a fan, I want to feel either type of way, because when we were franchising Kirk, yes, I wanted him long term, but the money didn't hurt me that he got, you know. And what the franchise tag did allow was, when I was ready to move on for Kirk, we was able to just instantly move on from Kirk. And that's the one thing. So, but I know Dak is young. He's top 10 quarterback in the league. You probably want to keep him long term. So I understand how that could frustrate you. But I mean, the money shouldn't bother you, because quarterbacks are going to get paid regardless, whether it's through a deal that's guaranteed or whether it's through a franchise tag. He's still getting paid, and he's still going to be on the team. And I think getting franchise tag make you might ball out more, because now Dak coming with a chip on his shoulder. Him and Zeke coming with a chip on their shoulder. And I think that could only benefit the Cowboys this year. That's my take on it.
Go ahead.
Cameron, you're being a little bit too nice about this. The Cowboys are fucking stupid.
Thank you.
And here's why. If you look, everybody got paid. Everybody was getting paid. If you look at the order of how they were getting paid, for one, Dak should have never Dak should have never gotten here where he has to sign a tender. It should have never gotten here, because what Dak has put on what Dak has put on the field does not warrant another let's wait and see. It don't warrant that. All these other quarterbacks have gotten paid. All these other quarterbacks have gotten their money. If you want to talk about Kirk Cousins, it was kind of still wait and see on Kirk, yes. But Dak, I feel like the Cowboys are. That's what I'm saying. That Kirk got his money as he was supposed to. But what I'm saying is, the Cowboys, you're not supposed to let your franchise quarterback hit the market, and that's what they're at risk of doing by not trying to pay Dak, and what they're at risk of doing by trying to lowball Dak. You don't like. This deal should have been done before the Amari Cooper deal, because if you don't have Dak, who getting Amari Cooper the ball?
Well, AJ, I'm on record saying sign Dak first. So it's like I'm dealing with hindsight, bro. So it's like it's nothing that I could do that they didn't sign him. I just understand, because like I said, I lived through that exact same scenario. And what I'm telling Hill is, minus the contract situations, he's still gonna get his quarterback under center this year, because all he'll really care about as a fan is whether the Cowboys can win games or not. The business, let Jerry Jones and them stress out about the business, bro. I understand what podcasters and we want to bring that to them, but as a fan, true down to your heart, you just want to win, right?
No, that right there that deflated me. You're not telling me that you want to win when you don't extend your quarterback.
When you say that,
that's what I'm saying. That's what you're telling me. I don't know what you're telling me, but you're not telling me that you want to win. Like, this is your quarterback. And let's rewind.
Don't beat me up.
I'm not beating you up. I just want to let y'all go. You know what I'm saying? Get y'all soft. I'm tired of this Kirk Cousins comparison. The only reason it was a Kirk Cousins comparison, they both were 4th round picks and they both got franchised. Kirk Cousins' first year starting was the year he got franchised.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Dak been starting since day one.
That's why I said this ain't no wait and see.
Yeah, like what more do you want?
And I agree with all of that. Like I said, I'm just looking at hindsight.
But this is my thing. You paid it like AJ said. You paid everybody else. Yeah. First off, I'm so sick and tired of them being late to the party, acting like the market don't mean nothing to them, and then they pay the market.
Yeah.
They did that with every player that they didn't pay.
Yeah, they have.
You first off, you don't trade a 1st round pick for Amari without an extension. Everybody else do the same thing. They make a trade. Next thing you know, the extension, right? It come right out.
And instantly.
I mean, but all of a sudden you gotta wait and see. Amari showed you for the Cowboys. He showed you everything instantly that he deserved to go ahead and get paid.
He showed me in Oakland, bro. Like I would have done a trade and extension.
You feel what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. So, if you are unsure about Dak, and if he's your guy, that's the only reason why you don't. give him a long-term deal. So my whole thing is, if you're trying to like, what are you keeping money for? Because like we discussed, there was money to go around to pay everybody. So if you feel like you are right there, why let Byron Jones go? Sign Byron Jones and then put Dak on a franchise. And if like, look, Dak, if you can't get us there, then we'll kind of go somewhere else. But guess what? We have a core. We have a strong core offense and defense, and then we can just put a game in.
I would have signed him to.
And that's my point. They let us know who they gonna sign and who they not gonna sign. I knew for a fact that Byron Jones was not gonna get re-signed. Why y'all think I've been trying to sell that Byron Jones ain't that good to me? Feel what I'm saying? I've been trying to sell it to try to get I had the divorce ready. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what time it is. Most players that's gone, like, you know, most players that leave, you know, all right, they let you know that they're not going to re-sign them. Think about it. We didn't sign Malik Collins. That's a lower tier player. No, he got the same exact money that Gerald McCoy got.
Yeah.
But I already further knew that. Ooh.
I like the
league. Yeah. But he, you know, it's kind of that's different. But they let us know who they gonna re-sign and who they're not gonna re-sign. You already been saying that you wanted that. Now you coming up with a late offer. Now you don't wanna negotiate. But this is the part that pissed me off. You want the public to negotiate so bad that you could not get the deal done. They keep acting like that people just supposed to just wear it. I'm a cowboy and just wear that.
That's really what that.
That don't mean shit to like, yo. What,
that be their thinking. That really be their thinking.
It does.
It used to mean something, but we're dealing with a new age type of player, a new generation of player, and the things that meant something to players in the past don't necessarily mean anything to the players of the future. So Jerry and the Joneses, they gotta get futuristic, bro.
But this is Dak wanted to sign this deal.
I know he did.
You feel what I'm saying? He wanted to sign this deal, but at this point, he listening to his agent. He like, bro, we can get you some more money. Like we not talking about. But I don't even. For me personally, everybody been talking for Dak. I don't think it's about the money for Dak. I don't think it's about the money. You publicly disrespected this man so long.
I'm not letting. We not taking a cent less than what we worth, bro.
That's cool.
I'm sorry.
They offered him a fair deal. Too late.
Hey, so that's disrespect.
And that's my point here. That's my point. It was too late. For me personally, you can't disparage my name. Like you can't talk down on me in public and then think that we gonna work out a friendly deal. Like you can't talk to me as if I'm just mediocre or average and then trying to come in and give me a team friendly deal. Because why would I take a team friendly deal when you ain't treat me friendly?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So guess what? You want to conduct business by throwing a little mud. Guess what? I'm gonna dig my heels in the sand. And
I like that.
Let's play.
My another retort that you can, and you was like, yeah, if they gonna ball out, they got a chip on their shoulder this year, and so. which is true on the surface. They may ball out. Me personally, I had no Super Bowl hopes for my team this year anyway. I had 10-6 playoff, get in the playoff. What you say? Get in the
playoffs. Yeah, that's a possible.
And that's all I want.
That's all I want.
I feel that's all I want. But you said, but this is my thing. When you don't commit to your quarterback,
it's making it hard.
That was a good point. They know it's a pandemic outside.
Yeah.
They know they about to lose revenue.
Yeah.
So they know the cap is gonna be flat next year.
Yeah.
So so what more can you do? What more can you do with your quarterback? Why would that should give you more incentive to sign your quarterback long term so you can restructure and make some more moves? You're not telling me that you want to go win a Super Bowl. What you're telling me once again is you want to put a good enough product on the field to keep us intrigued.
Yeah.
That's it. Yep. That's it.
That's the Bengals way. But this is my whole thing. We talk about it is put just a good enough good enough on the field.
I'm just saying though, after you get rid of your quarterback, let's say okay, let's say he ball out next year. You franchise him again next year. They're gonna be $37 million next year, and he do the same thing. He ball out again. You not gonna franchise him again because that franchise tag is gonna be $54 million. So what?
Or more.
So what is he going? So you know for a fact he about to walk in free agency and get paid
He's gonna
more
get paid.
from another team
Yeah.
as always. Like, what sense does this make? And then, so look, so for some Cowboy fans, they're like, oh, well, he ain't really done nothing, so we can just go get another quarterback.
Oh, where?
How the hell do you just go get another quarterback? Getting a quarterback ain't easy. Like,
You know how many
I-
you know how many teams was
How many years I've been looking for?
Hey.
for looking for a
Hill.
quarterback, huh?
you know how many other teams was just gonna go get another quarterback? That's how teams ended up with Mike Glennon.
Uh-huh.
That's how teams
Who?
ended up with Matt Flynn.
Uh-huh.
That's how teams that's how all these teams ended up just getting
You
this
didn't
like,
name one
overpaid
quarterback
trash
that
ass.
I knew.
Like you say, you can't just go out there like, you know what? Yeah, we could just go find another game manager and do what we do. If that was so much of a game manager and doing what he do, why we ain't winning? You can't just obviously he doing something. He doing something right.
That
He
real
top
name
10 for
Dakota?
something.
His real name Dakota.
Yeah,
That's
it was Rain
Rain.
Dakota.
that had a part.
Nah, not at all. I had no part in
Alright.
naming my dog.
Alright.
I just showed up.
Alright.
But my thing is,
I just showed up.
my thing is though, you can't just I'm from like, okay, boo. When I first knew about football, boom, Troy Aikman. We had Troy Aikman.
Yeah, real quarterback.
I know the dark times before we got Romo. I know the Chad Hutchinson. I know the Quincy Carter. I know the Drew Henson.
Drew
You know what I'm saying? Drew Bledsoe.
Who?
I know the who?
No, that
Who the hell is
You
he?
saying Henson? Like,
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know Drew
Chad Hutchinson's. I know these people before we.
I know these people.
Before
What
we
I'm saying
locked
is-
up, but no, before we locked up with Romo, an undrafted free agent.
Who? It's like,
Feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Then you lock
But
up
that-
with it. Then you lock up with Dak. You locking up. You tried to get Paxton Lynch in that draft. You tried to get Connor Cook in that draft. Y'all can't evaluate quarterbacks.
It's hard
Like,
to. It's really
It's
hard.
hard.
It's really
So when
hard.
you find somebody that give you something, why draft CeeDee Lamb? If you didn't plan on investing in Dak long term, why draft CeeDee Lamb?
At first,
You know what I'm saying?
Andy Dalton.
Come on now.
because you thought
Andy Dalton, what? That troll is weak because he know for.
and that he was gonna sign. That was the plan. The Cowboy Lord, like y'all said, he's just gonna sign with us. And that's why I
But
said,
my whole
they
thing-
have to get
that
rid
was-
of that mentality going forward.
But they got rid of that man. They had that mentality with everybody else that they signed and then folded.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden they want to draw their line in the sand with your quarterback, the most important position. Man, miss me with that.
Bro.
Like I said, this is my last emotion that I got for the Cowboys.
Signing Andy Dalton was the worst leverage play of all time. Because all I've ever heard about Andy Dalton was he is the most
Cowboy guy.
extreme
Yeah,
of
that's
mediocre.
Go ahead, keep on.
So but you sign the most mediocre, like the definition of average. That's supposed to scare somebody?
I don't think that's true about
It's-
Andy. Andy been on a bad team, bro. So it's like he's a decent
No.
quarterback.
No, Andy's been on some good teams too. That's not. but-
And he did well when he was on decent teams.
This
bro.
is my thing.
But
How the
that's
hell?
my point.
How the hell was that?
Hold on, let me finish
Go ahead.
this point. Let me finish this point. The reason why I said he's the most average quarterback is because when everything is perfect around Andy Dalton,
He can ball.
he's gonna ball.
So I think
He's
it's
going
kinda-
to
I think
ball.
it's a little bit better than
If
that.
what if one thing goes wrong, Andy Dalton, he reminds me of an assembly line. As long as everything else is working in the assembly line, in the assembly line, Andy Dalton is gonna do his job. He's gonna get everything done. But the one time something goes wrong in that assembly line, he can't do anything manually.
I
He
disagree
can't
a
do
little bit,
anything
man.
on his own.
He can work with it. Let me just do this real. I think Andy Dalton, for Cowboys' sake, if Dak was to get injured and Andy Dalton was to come in there with those weapons, I think he would look like an elite quarterback. I honestly do. And you say you say that when he has everything clicking, he's average. I think that when everything's clicking, he's a little bit more than average. And I think that he can still be. Just let me finish. I think he'd still be decent even when everything's not perfect. It's just, bro, the Bengals been really bad, bro, and Andy has won that, and so like that has hurt him, bro. So it's like I watch a lot of Bengals games because I watch mediocre teams because watching good teams make me sad. You feel me? So
Nah, I feel you.
So
Misery loves some
I
company.
watched
I
a lot of
feel you.
Andy Dalton and a lot of Dwayne Haskins and Kirk Cousins over the last few years, man. Those are the quarterbacks that I'm watching. And I just felt like, man, if Andy could just have some help. Man, like if they would have gave Mixon a rock more the first year.
Kenny,
This is what we're not gonna do.
We're not going to spend all this time on Andy Dalton. I'm going to just say one thing.
Man, I just disagreed a little.
The reason why I say Andy Dalton is average is because it's weighing things out. When everything is perfect, Andy Dalton could be an MVP candidate. Because in 2015, before Andy Dalton broke his thumb, he was an MVP candidate. Everything was working. AJ was healthy. We had Marvin was healthy. Muhammad Sanu healthy. Jeremy Hill was balling. We had Andrew Whitworth, Kevin Zeitler, Clint Bowling. Offensive line was crazy. Defense was wilding. But the moment AJ Green get hurt, or somebody on the offensive line get hurt, or just one thing goes wrong, Andy Dalton looks below average. So that's why I say he's the definition of average. Because if you weigh the two things, he falls smack dab in the motherfucking middle.
My whole thing was, how was he ever leveraged for the Cowboys when he drafted? When he signed, his deal was $3 million. If he plays, he get the $7 million. All Dak had to do was sign his franchise tender, and there's nothing to talk about Andy Dalton. So how was that ever leveraged? That's what I was.
I don't know. I guess it's leveraged to Dak because, bro, I don't want to.
That's why I said it's the worst
leverage
ever.
He's going to be upset, but I just feel like if you take the money out, right, and you just say Andy and Dak come in a camp, Andy can do some things, bro. Like Dak, of course, had the advantage because he know the offense and all of that, but and he's younger. But I'm just saying, like, it ain't good. It can be close.
You said do some things.
Yeah,
Let's do some things.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I never said Andy was trash.
That's all I'm saying.
Andy can do some things.
So
You
that's
put
why
some
I'm saying that's
put
a
some
little bit
pressure
of
on him.
leverage. That's a
You
little
know,
bit of leverage.
that ain't no leverage.
You said put some pressure, like that's a little bit of leverage, right? That's all. It ain't real leverage. Of course, if you bring somebody else,
So
in,
if it ain't real leverage, it ain't
Jameis
leverage.
Or Teddy in, and you pay them, you see what I'm saying? Now we're looking at some leverage.
Thank you.
Okay, I get that, but what I'm saying, pressure bust pipes.
You show what time it. Show what time it is, man. I'm done. And like I said, that's the last emotion that they got from me. It is what it is.
Michelle's sick of sports. She wants us to go back to. Did y'all watch the Boosie clip that I sent to y'all?
I was asleep when you said it. To be quite honest, I'm sorry.
Bro, Boosie is on Vlad talking about.
He has the best interviews on
He
Vlad.
do have the best, bro. But he is.
I don't even fuck with Vlad.
He's
But Boosie,
100%
classic.
saying, bro, that Stevie Wonder or Michael Jackson cannot hold a candle to R. Kelly.
See, that's why you can't keep.
And Vlad straight up went black. That's it. He said, cut it out, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Cut it out. Cut it out, because
Come on now, dog.
Boosie thing was that Michael Jackson did the same thing R. Kelly did, and y'all don't want to take none of his hits away.
Okay.
That's the one point that he did make.
Talk to him, Boosie.
But then he was saying that if you go hit for hit, R. Kelly got more. I was like, bro. And that's when I was like, cut it out.
Yeah.
Vlad was with him too, like, okay, we do kind of give Mike a pass on his allegations.
Because he died. That's why.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't like. I mean, what they taught you is you don't talk ill will on the dead. He dead.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fact.
But that's just
R. Kelly alive,
That's the.
and he a scumbag, and his music don't hit the same no more.
that was my point. And that's, I just respected the fact that Vlad was like, Boosie, cut it out. I was like, yo, that's why I really sent it to you. I felt like Vlad turned black for a second.
I mean, you're a culture vulture, so you
Yeah, that's a fact.
But yeah, you played Nick Cannon for a reason, AJ. So let's go ahead and get into it. You played Nick Cannon for. We should never say that again on episode 76 and here on out.
But that's some Nick
You
Cannon.
ain't gonna never hear AJ play Nick Cannon.
You should play R. Kelly Nick Cannon. I don't think that exists though.
What is it, man?
It's trash, but it's trash. He can't rap. Like even his freestyle and drum line was on and on.
Yeah,
I'm on this drum with this
terrible.
hating upperclassman named Sean. Sean, come on, bro. Like, Come on, Nick. Like, come on, Nick. Well, come on, man.
Oh man.
Who you ready to cancel him?
I played. Who ready to cancel him?
I don't know.
Because
I don't know. Part cancel culture you in.
I'm not canceling nobody. So I'm not canceling anybody. My issue with Nick Cannon is I'm not going to say whether I agree with Nick Cannon. I'm not going to say whether I disagree with Nick Cannon. What I want to say, what I'm bringing this to the table is for everyone who says I'm willing to have a conversation about race and Black Lives Matter and, you know, the systemic racism that's going on in this country. If you are ready to have that conversation, you need to realize within that conversation, we've always talked about having an uncomfortable conversation. And the most uncomfortable conversation to be had is history. Because in history, whoever wins the war writes the story. Mm-hmm. We ain't on shit. Mm-hmm. So who's been writing the history for us? In all of your history books, like I said about Kanye, it made slavery look like an internship and people was having fun, singing songs, picking cotton. That ain't what that shit was. We canceling people about rape. We canceling people about racist comments. We canceling people about a whole bunch of bullshit. But it's what all of these forefathers who you quote, who you refer back to the Constitution of, who quote unquote built this nation, all those great people that you want to, you know, have this revisionist history of and say that they were this, they were that, and they were this, those are the people who started writing our history books. Those are the people who, when you read about Abraham Lincoln, you think, oh, Abraham Lincoln was such a great president. He freed the slaves. So he must have loved black people. No, Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves for an advantage in the Civil War. He freed the slaves because he was like, if we have a civil war and they have slaves, they're going to outnumber us. Yeah. So let me sign this Emancipation of Proclamation so these slaves can be like, I'm not fighting with them white folks who was doing all this stuff to me. If Abraham Lincoln said, if we could keep this Confederacy if we can keep the Union together and keep slavery intact, we would. Yeah. The only reason he freed slaves was for a strategic advantage. So I'm not giving him no pass, but if you look throughout the history books, it, you know, massages his character and says, you know what, he freed the slaves. He was a great man. You look at all these presidents, it massages the history and whitewashes everything. These all are considered great men. So if we want to condemn Nick Cannon for quoting Farrakhan, or, you know, using Farrakhan as, you know, some guiding light, if we want to tell Allen Iverson he has to apologize for posting a picture with Farrakhan because that's anti-Semitic. What Nick Cannon said was anti-Semitic. What about all this shit that's going on that has been anti-black for 400 years? Everybody quoting these presidents. Everybody's referring to the Constitution. The Constitution is anti-black. The amendments, the amendments were written originally anti-black. 3/5. Come on now. Mm-hmm. The 13th Amendment, that a quote unquote abolished slavery and all of that bullshit, but it just reformed it, and that's why we have the prison system, because that's a reformed version of slavery. And the school to prison pipeline does exist. Why? Because who are they involving? So all of this shit that y'all quoting is anti-black. So if we want to talk about anti-Semitic, we need to talk about this anti-black shit too. So everybody who's out here quoting Donald Trump, everybody who's out here quoting Teddy Roosevelt, everybody who's out here quoting George Washington, Andrew Jackson, Thomas Jefferson, all of them, I want y'all to be anti-black.
But listen, you nailed it, bro. And I wasn't even gonna. I was just gonna say that was the end of that. Like, we could go on to the next. But then you brought up, and I'm still with you. I'm 100% with you. But you brought up that Iverson thing, right? Taking a picture with Farrakhan and people acting like that's anti-Semitic, bro. That really bothers me. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I listen to Farrakhan, right? Mm-hmm. And this is what Farrakhan say, like, they always call him anti-Semitic, but they can't prove it, right? So here's the thing, and this is what he means by you can't prove it. Farrakhan's done business with Jewish brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Farrakhan ain't put no Jewish people in gas chambers.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
And that's
Farrakhan ain't do all of this stuff to Jewish people, right? So when you talk about anti-Semitism, they teach Adolf Hitler in school.
Mm-hmm.
But they won't teach Farrakhan, who's teaching black people to love and do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he's teaching the truth, and the truth is ugly, it's anti-Semitism.
Mm-hmm.
And now, how can it be anti-Semitism if I take a picture with you, bro?
AJ said it last episode.
I don't care if you come out here and you tell me you hate a specific group here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't say if you straight up say you hate boys that's 15-year-old. You hate them all. Mm-hmm. If I take a picture with you, that does not mean that I hate boys that's 15.
AJ said it last week.
Guess what?
About the ideology.
Hold on. Let me make 2 points here. The first point, I'm gonna talk about the picture. Once again, I said I was watching this Jeffrey Epstein doc. You know who was littered throughout that Jeffrey Epstein doc?
Donald Trump.
President of the United motherfucking States. I haven't heard him have to apologize for his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, and that was his partner.
You can prove it though.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, like Donald Trump, I said this pre-production, then said on air, Donald Trump gave young women from Mar-a-Lago Resort personally to Jeffrey Epstein. There's proof of that. There's young women who are now of age who said, I worked at Mar-a-Lago and pretty much he gave me to, and I had to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's proof. And so it's like all these things, all these controversies and false truths about Farrakhan, and there's no proof behind it. That was the only thing I wasn't really talking about the picture. My thing is what Farrakhan said is like, how does Farrakhan represent anti-Semitism when there's no record of him ever hating on Jewish people?
No. Here's my second point. Here's how quoting Farrakhan, taking pictures with Farrakhan, reciting any of that rhetoric cannot be anti-Semitic, because what does Farrakhan preach? He teaches love for the black person. He teaches, the black empowerment, black togetherness, and black unity. Yeah. If you look up the word Semitic, it is relating to or constituting a subfamily of the Afro-Asiatic language family that includes Hebrew, Arabic, which is Islam, the nation of Islam. So how can you be anti-Semitic when your people are incorporated? And then if
that's a fact.
If you read the Bible, if you read the King James Bible that America loves to go about with Christianity, if you look where it all began, all of the stories,
Israel,
saying that the original.
I'm just sorry, like the people born over there, they're not white, they're not European. And I don't think that's anti-Semitism, just saying fact.
But like AJ said last week, you don't have to. I'm loosely quoting. You don't have to have.
I just wanted to add that in there because Brother Minister addressed it
plenty of times.
People trying to make his name synonymous with anti-Semitism, like he represents that.
That goes to my 2 points.
He's worshipped at Mecca with Jewish people.
That goes to my point. Like AJ said last week, he said you can agree with somebody without agreeing with their whole ideology. That's one. That's 1 point. You did say that, AJ, right?
Yep, 100%.
2. What did I say? They don't want to listen to you.
Yeah, they don't.
They want to pimp. They want to listen to something that you're saying and the pinpoint, and then they want to attack that rhetoric right then and there. So Nick Cannon, where he messed up at is he had a guy that's been labeled as anti-Semitic. He brought this guy on his podcast. That's been kicked out of organizations for being anti-Semitic. Yeah. That's being that guy. So you brought him. So now I'm not listening. Yeah. I'm not listening for education. Yeah. I'm listening to attack what he's about to say. Yeah. So now when I'm listening to, so now all I need is one inkling of anything that you're about to say, and I'm gonna run with it. And that's what happened. And that's clearly what happened. Yeah. But my thing about the whole community is I always respected the Jewish community. Because every time you say anything about the Jewish community, they riot. Yeah. They come. They come together. Boom. Solidarity at its finest.
Yeah.
Oh, we
need to take from that.
We need to take a whole playbook.
Yeah.
We need to take the whole playbook.
Right.
Spider 2 Y banana. That's what we need to be doing. We need to be doing the whole thing. Every time you say something about them,
they ride
to the end.
And they willing to educate you, just not bash you. They willing to say, come on in and learn.
So let me. I'm going to pose this question, and I won't get canceled for it because it's not like we have some large platform. But probably in 2 years, people probably come back and dig this up, and I might lose my. I might lose my job. But so, if people are getting canceled because they identify with Farrakhan, or they, repost a meme with Farrakhan or something, or they say something, or they attend a Nation of Islam event like Steven Jackson, 2 Chainz, they all did that. Like they were there for Farrakhan's speech on 4th of July. I can't remember the name of it. But
that speech was I watched the whole thing.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. So should all Christians be condemned and be canceled because the Ku Klux Klan is a Christian-based Protestant
and a lot of popes
organization?
And a lot of popes have done things they shouldn't have done. So it's like
no. Don't say things they shouldn't have done.
I just don't want to be. I just don't want people to try to label Cannon as. I'm just speaking truth.
Well, I say it. Shit.
But listen, all of my only thing, because I texted this to y'all, I'm like, because they didn't told us it. Once again, AJ said he been arguing with these people in these Facebook groups. I've been early to the party.
Yeah,
they've been telling us, oh, y'all need to get over slavery. Y'all need to get over this. It didn't happen to y'all. Why do y'all still worry about this? Y'all need to move on. Y'all need to do all of this. They tell us this frequently. No, this. I'm not making this up. They tell us this frequently. Like, y'all are not oppressed. It's not as bad as it was back in the day. It's not none of that. Okay, cool. We posted. So every time somebody say something racist to us or discriminative to us, we supposed to just eat that. We supposed to just wear that.
Yeah.
Oh, say something anti-Semitic,
and it's the world crashed down on you.
And then we supposed to be having sympathy. We can't fight hate with hate, and we got to do all of this. And I'm confused. I mean, how long was the Holocaust?
Long time.
They ain't supposed to get over that by now. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all supposed to? I'm confused. If we're supposed to get over ours, why y'all can't get over yours?
Is just more pros to the fact that we haven't got over ours yet, because slavery lasted longer than the Holocaust.
I'm just confused. Just we looking for equality.
And that's another thing, right? So they teach Hitler, but they don't teach Leopold, right? Leopold was pretty much the Hitler of black people, of Africans. So it's like, and whatever the amount of people that they charged him with murdering, Leopold doubled that for Africans. They don't talk anything about it. They don't even name what he did. You see what I'm saying? They get a whole name. They gonna cancel me, bro, just because I'm comparing this. I don't even know why I'm doing it. But it's fact. But it's fact, bro. But listen, it was double and worse, and they don't even teach it in history. They try to erase it. Like AJ said, because they made the rules. When we won the war, they erased that. And
the Sixers is trying to erase that. We don't know that Ben Simmons still can't shoot.
Yeah, they are.
They trying to move from the power forward like we don't know. Yo.
That's the way about
it. You see, you like that? Bro, they say we're going to move over the power forward. All of us say like things is going to change for Ben Simmons.
You know what have Cannon said, bro? When people try to tag us,
every time
in the gym, what I say about none of that, bro?
Won't mean nothing. No mean nothing, bro. You ain't shot nothing in the real game.
Listen, thank you, bro. Shooting, I could go into the gym right now and I could work on my jumper all day. But if I don't actually scrimmage and play against another person closing out on my jumper, it's gonna be totally different when I shoot a jumper in a game. So until Ben Simmons is in practice cooking another elite power forward,
he do it in practice. It's another clip right now. He's shooting a one-leg James Harden jumper from three.
But it ain't a lot of that. You see what I'm saying? I could go ahead and one-leg three from one time.
Let's get it, Kanye.
But can I consistently do it?
Huh?
No, I cannot. And neither can Ben Simmons.
Pat
And
Cannonly.
guess what? We watching all they videotaping all his practices. We got one leg jump. You see what I'm saying? If you was really doing it, but how many of you think they got a stuff in his? Unlimited.
You know why Ben Simmons? You know why Ben Simmons can't shoot?
Like, thank you, bro. He shoots
You
from
know why
60
Ben
feet
Simmons
pregame.
can't shoot?
Go ahead, AJ.
The reason why Ben Simmons can't shoot is because he got the wrong coach. I don't know about y'all, but I've seen some pretty good coaches out there, and I feel like the best coach that could be out there is someone that I've seen hoop against the best. He got super energy, and he's a proven shooter, and it's obvious. It's Tory Lanez, the best shooter in the game.
He's not the best shooter in the game. He's shooting toes. He's shooting toes. He's not the best shooter in the game.
Basically twos.
He hit it.
You can catch us on all major podcast platforms, 3Man Weave, Instagram, Twitter, 3Man Weave _. You can email us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. This episode 75. I got that joint right this time. Yeah, play with me if you want to. Play with me if you want to.
Yeah, we out.
Doing things you can't believe. It's the 3-Man Weave. We come at you with topics. No, you cannot stop it.